This is what your e-commerce sales could look like 6 months from now.
More of your sales have transitioned to digital. That means fewer faxes, fewer phone calls, and no more duplicated data entry.
The investment you made in your e-commerce platform is actually seeing a return. What? You don't need as many expensive salespeople?
Your sales are increasing and your overhead is decreasing.
It's a double whammy for your profits. Customers you didn't know were out there are suddenly finding you and purchasing quickly and repeatedly.
You're making sales on marketplaces like Amazon, where some of your competitors already do the bulk of their business.
You expand into new product lines that are now drop shipped, so you don't have to increase the number of SKUs in your warehouse to offer more choices to your customers.
You look at your expenses and see the poor return on ad spend from early 2022 completely turned around.
Your investment in e-commerce is now very profitable. You're a lot less stressed.
And you take most Fridays off because the business is more autonomous than you imagined it could be.
We can make these big, bold claims
because we're doing it right now for B2B customers.
We started building e-commerce sites when we had to manually code Pay Now buttons onto static pages.
That was 15 years ago, when only a small percentage of people were buying online.
But it was obvious most would be buying online now. We were doing Google ads on the very first day, and we were bidding only 8 cents a click.
We work with very large distributors who are transitioning a growing percentage of their business to e-commerce.
But also manufacturing companies evolving their business to increase their revenue with some direct sales.
Right now, if you're a lab equipment manufacturer or distributor, the best e-commerce marketing you see from the businesses you want to emulate probably comes from us.
Because we're the largest, most sought-after agency in the lab equipment space.
And we're currently accepting a small handful of new clients.
There's no shame into admitting something might not be going right with the way you're doing e-commerce now.
Most B2Bs are. And the awesome thing is, you're out here trying to figure it out and fix it. I would bet my lunch money the most significant thing you're probably doing wrong right now is paying to attract the wrong people to your website.
Most businesses like yours are overpaying for their ads by 50 to 70%. And I feel I need to say that again, 50 to 70%.
But it's not your fault. Remember, Google's a business, and Google ads are built to convince you to overpay. That's how Google makes money. Google's just really good at hiding its intent.
You're competing against a team of 1,000 ad engineers at Google whose only job it is to make you spend more money on ads.
We help you trim away that waste and turn your Google ads into a lean, mean sales-generating machine.
You're probably also selling just based on features, and features are fine. Your new car comes with an entertainment system with 6 speakers and a 14-inch screen that folds down from the roof. That's cool, but benefits are much better.
You get a moment of peace and quiet when you pick up the kids from school after a frustrating day at work.
Like most businesses in your position, you aren't happy with the way your products are presented on your website right now. You should have videos, compelling words, beautiful imagery. It doesn't matter what you sell. Everything can look more beautiful.
If you're a distributor, you could be telling your customers to look somewhere else for information they need. Look at the manufacturer's site for information. Look at page 7 of the manufacturer's catalog.
That's not what any customer would consider friendly.
Finally, you're working with an agency just down the road. An agency that works with landscapers or the local vegan burger chain or some CrossFit gyms. There are lots of times when choosing local is good. This is not one of them.
You don't source your raw materials or products from the local market. Why do you think your marketing needs to come from around the corner? That's a lot you could be doing wrong.
And we'll always be honest with you about the things we think are hurting your sales. But we'll get to that in just a minute. It's what we call radical kind candor.
So who are these clowns running their mouth like they know it all?
The first thing you need to know, and you can probably guess, is that we're not hired ones. We're actually the directors of the growth of your business.
The faces at the front of a team of 40 digital marketers, graphic designers, programmers, data analysts, product information managers.
We're your guides to comfort and ease and more revenue. Your connection to all the things you need done in a single place so you don't have to manage 3 or 4 agency relationships that become more work than relief.
We want to talk directly to you here because this is a personal relationship for us.
You'll be seeing these faces for the next 5 or 10 or 20 years as we partner together.
Most agencies of our size, you're handed off to an account manager as soon as you sign on.
Nobody will tell you, but an account manager is a high turnover position.
Generally, it's someone trying to work their way into more of a creative role in the industry.
But at this point, your account manager isn't doing that creative work. They're not developing or directing any strategy.
They're moving information back and forth. They're a cost you pay for that doesn't provide you any benefit to your e-commerce growth.
With Journey, you'll always work with us. You'll never get passed down the line. It's not the way we want to work, and it's not how we built this business.
We built this whole business around the idea of the boutique, something personal,
where ideas like understanding and uniqueness and artistry flourish.
We consider ourselves craftspeople, artisans.
We don't think you can get the kind of results you want without talking face-to-face with us.
We don't want to work on projects that are not successful, and we want to grow with you.
We don't take on a huge list of e-commerce clients to expand our business. Our growth is intertwined with yours.
That's how you know you get our best. And sure, you could commit to a new employee in-house. You could train them, help them become part of the social structure of the business.
You could give them regular evaluations, time off, and you could struggle with what to do when their performance continues to slip.
But now they're a key member of your work family, and you know it'll hurt morale if you have to let them go.
Or you could choose to work with pros who are already experts in your industry, don't need training, can open your eyes to parts of your business you forgot about.
We can show you pieces of your value that you've been missing or not sharing clearly with your prospects.
We don't work with direct competitors, so there's only so much space for businesses like yours. And your competitors are doing this, but they probably aren't doing it well.
You know, everyone goes to Google to look for product because you do it too.
Sure, customers trust your brand, but they've been a Google customer far longer than they've been yours, and they trust Google to tell them where to go first.
62% of all purchases start with a Google search, and 90% of people click on results in the first 3 links they see.
You're spending more money than your competitors, and you're getting weaker results. Look at the bounce rate in your analytics account. It's high.
It means people are probably landing on your website, seeing it's not for them, and just leaving. That's because they're not consumers.
Not the business purchasers you want. You haven't figured out how to stop them from eating up your Google Ads budget, and you're going to be eclipsed by .com first businesses because they are consuming traditional businesses every single day.
Do you want to be the predator or the prey?
On to the benefits now, not the features. You increase your return on ad spend. Instead of spending $1 and making $2 in sales on a product with a 35% margin,
which means you're losing 20%, you're now realizing a positive return on ad spend just by looking at direct sale data. You can prevent your business from becoming a relic.
E-commerce is never going away. If you're a business owner, generating more profitable sales increases your earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization.
So when you're ready to retire and move on to a new challenging project, you have a higher business valuation.
Scale your growth without putting in any extra effort. It's the lowest friction way of acquiring a new customer.
Just to reduce your acquisition costs. Most people don't look at e-commerce transactions as sales leads, but they are.
There's more value in a long-term customer than a one-off. You get a better return on investment for the e-commerce website you have already committed to.
What do we know about this that other agencies don't?
Unless you really understand the product, the space, and follow a process for eliminating unsuitable prospects, you're going to spend the majority of your efforts attracting consumers, not businesses.
Other agencies are trying to capture you more prospects. We're trying to eliminate them.
That's how you find the prospects you actually want to work with.
We create a self-weeding garden. We give people as many opportunities as possible to disqualify themselves.
You want them to disqualify themselves before they cost you money.
We take as much time to understand who is not your customer as we do understanding who is.
That's the difference.
So who are you? You are a true .com first business. Maybe you have a few sales staff and none of them are outbound staff.
You are entirely in this for the e-commerce sales. And our impact is hyper-visual, so it's easy to identify your wins.
Or maybe you're a legacy distributor with a worn out outbound sales channels that you do trade shows and you have dedicated account reps and inbound customer service teams.
Right now, e-commerce revenue is only a small percentage of your overall revenue.
You're a manufacturer that sells through distribution channels and you want to explore selling direct, likely at MSRP, a higher price than your distributors.
Each of you needs different tactics,
and we can show you the difference on a Zoom call.
and you can book that chat right now just above this video.
Maybe you're a business owner and you don't have a marketing team, or you have a single marketing manager who can't possibly do everything that's needed to grow your e-commerce platform.
Maybe you are that marketing manager and you're stretched to the limit with everyone asking why e-commerce sales are flat, and you don't really have an answer.
Maybe you're a sales manager and your team's performance has stayed in the status quo for 6 months or more.
You're a business development executive and you're looking for gaps in the way you find new prospects.
But just because you have a general role in the business doesn't mean we think we know you.
You're unique, and we invest in the relationship to get to know you as a person as well as the business.
In the past, you probably had regular meetings with your account manager at your old agency. They lay down and wrote down changes and passed them along.
Meetings with us are different. We're talking as peers, as people who've gone to the same conferences, know the same people,
and have expressed the same challenges in business or our careers as you do.
We don't meet to update you on the status of your e-commerce sales.
We meet to brainstorm, to look at results and talk about how they can be better, to show you opportunities we discovered and to find more together.
We meet to teach you about what we're doing and to learn more about what you do.
We meet to make winning easy. We always come with an agenda because your time is valuable. It's only 45 minutes on video every 2 weeks that you'll always look forward to, and so will we.
Our enthusiasm will power you for the rest of the day.
Meeting over video is incredibly optimized. We can explore data and engage better than sitting around a boardroom table together.
On Zoom, we can pull up data to influence the course of our discussion and explore an idea on the fly.
And you don't need to bring anything. We're bursting with ideas that we've owned over the last decade, and we're eager to share them with you. Remember a few minutes ago, we discussed the concept of radical kind candor.
Ask any of our current clients and they'll tell you we are not order takers. We're on the hook for your results, and we'll be honest with you if we think an idea you have is going to negatively impact your e-commerce sales.
This has been a core value for us over the last decade or more. We've been doing this a long time, and we know what doesn't work because, quite frankly, we've tried it already. And we'll tell you that.
We want to bring an openness that an employee will not give you. They want you to like them. They want to preserve their job by making you happy.
We want to preserve our business by making your business flourish. What's the going rate in your location for a marketing manager with 10 plus years of specialized experience in your industry?
For about the same cost, you get strategy, content, assets, and implementation of your e-commerce sales program by a team of 40, led by marketing executives who never take our hands off your project.
Your e-commerce sales strategy impacts your business over the next decade or more. This isn't a one-time boost in sales. This is a strategy for consistent, manageable e-commerce sales growth as long as you want it.
It's a snowball rolling down a hill, picking up steam and growing. It can be an avalanche of sales if you want, because it does more than just make single sales.
It builds your brand, gets repeat customers worth hundreds of thousands of dollars over their lifetime.
Everything you invest in e-commerce sales generation comes back to your business many, many times over.
It's why 92% of our customers choose to expand their e-commerce program year after year. Our business depends on your business, so we treat your business like it's our own.
Any of our clients will tell you this. Several have actually been with us for over a decade.
Not because they're complacent, because they've grown in direct correlation with the work that we do together. You want to build your e-commerce business and reduce your overhead expenses. This is how you do it, and not just for today.
The investments you make in e-commerce sales will bear fruit for your business for years.
And it won't add any more work to your plate.
Let's talk. Tell us about what you've done in the past, or better yet, let us tell you how we think you can have more e-commerce sales almost immediately.
Book a 20-minute chat on Zoom.
Let us know what you do and where you do it.
Because we don't work with direct competitors. Now let's start a conversation about how we can do that for you, like we've done for dozens of B2B manufacturers and distributors over the last decade.
Art doesn't scale, space is limited.
So book your Zoom call today.